let me ask you something unsettling. Have you ever looked at your own body, your hands, your skin, your reflection, and thought, this thing is hiding something from me? Because it is. For all the science we've uncovered, for all the medical miracles we've created, there's something deeply uncomfortable about the human body. It keeps secrets. Deep ones, disturbing ones. Secrets that remind us we're still biological creatures, full of glitches, leftovers from evolution, and mysteries we can't explain. Today, we're diving into the 3 creepiest secrets the human body can hold. The ones that make even scientists uneasy. Let's begin with the strangest, the rarest, and the most hotly debated. Spontaneous human combustion. When the body burns without fire. Okay, this is one of those topics where science sighs loudly, but also doesn't have complete answers. Spontaneous human combustion, SHC, is the idea that a person can suddenly, well, ignite. No candles, no sparks, no gasoline, just boom, flames without an external source. Now, before you panic, it's extremely rare and heavily debated. But here's the creepy part. For centuries, there have been cases, documented, recorded, studied, where people were found in situations that don't make sense. Rooms untouched, furniture intact, objects around them unburned. But the person, gone. Now again, we're not going into details, just the mystery. Scientists have proposed theories. The wick effect, where clothing absorbs melted fat and acts like a slow-burning candle. Static electricity, unlikely but proposed. Alcohol vapors, mostly disproven. Ketones in the body, flammable compounds produced in certain metabolic states. But here's the real truth. No theory fully explains every case, and that bothers scientists, because the human body, it's not supposed to do that. Whether SHC is real or an illusion caused by misunderstood physics, one thing is certain. The idea that the human body has the potential to become its own fuel source, even under extremely specific conditions, is a horrifying secret. A reminder that biology and chemistry don't always play by the rules we expect. Genetic throwbacks, when evolution hits the undo button. Next up, the body's hidden nostalgia. Your DNA is basically a massive library, and some of those books haven't been opened in millions of years. Sometimes the body reaches back. A genetic throwback, also called atavism, is when an ancient, unused gene suddenly switches on again. Imagine evolution as a long hallway with hundreds of locked doors behind you. Every now and then, one creaks open. Here are some real examples, completely non-graphic, but very weird. People born with extra muscles we once used for climbing. Yes, occasionally, a human is born with additional leg or arm muscles that resemble what early primates had. Humans with tiny tail-like appendages at birth. Most are harmless and removed, but they're a reminder the blueprint for a tail is still in our DNA. Shark, extra nipples or vestigial tissue along the milk line, left over from mammals that nursed larger litters. Reactivated ancestral genes. Some people develop traits unused for tens of millions of years. Not monstrous, not harmful, but unsettling. Because it means your body remembers things about ancient ancestors you've never met. Traits your species abandoned a long, long time ago. Evolution doesn't delete files. It just hides them in a folder labeled "Do Not Open." Sometimes, due to mutations, stress, or random chance, that folder pops open anyway. That's atavism, a glitch, a whisper from the past, a reminder that buried inside your DNA is a record of every creature you came from. And sometimes, the past refuses to stay buried. Parasitic twins. When a body forms inside another, now we enter territory that truly pushes the boundaries of what the human body can hide. A parasitic twin, also known as fetus in fetu, is one of the strangest, rarest medical phenomena on Earth. It happens early in embryonic development, when identical twins begin forming, and one fails to fully separate. Instead of developing its own body, this twin becomes absorbed into the other. And here's the creepy part. It can continue to grow inside the surviving twin's body. Not as a conscious being, not as a functioning human, but as a mass of tissue with recognizable structures. Sometimes hair, teeth, or partial limbs, because the genetic blueprint was there. Most parasitic twins are found in childhood through scans or symptoms. They're removed surgically. No horror movie stuff. Just biology taking a wrong turn. But what makes this phenomenon truly chilling is not the outcome. It's what it represents. A human body unknowingly carrying the beginnings of another. A developmental glitch. A biological echo of what could have been a second life. Not a monster, not a threat, just a strange mistake of nature. But undeniably, one of the most haunting secrets the human body can hide. The body is a museum of forgotten evolution. And here's the thing, these rare phenomena aren't random. They're clues. Clues that the human body is not a perfect modern machine, but a patched-together masterpiece of ancient systems, leftover instructions, experimental features, and emergency backup plans. You're basically walking around with a biological hard drive full of ancient code, unfinished prototypes, evolutionary hacks, and weird safety mechanisms. Some of those features never activate. Some activate by accident, and some no one understands. So what does this mean for us? It means the human body is far stranger than anyone wants to admit. We think of ourselves as modern, stable, predictable organisms, but we're not. We're descendants of every creature that ever survived long enough to reproduce, carrying echoes of their biology. We're chemical machines that sometimes misfire in spectacular ways. We're walking collections of evolutionary trial and error. And hidden inside each of us are old genes, abandoned templates, dormant instructions, and unpredictable possibilities. Some harmless, some bizarre, some we still haven't discovered. The truth is this: you are not just you. You are everything your ancestors ever were, compressed into the body you walk around in today. Sometimes that system glitches. Sometimes it opens old files. Sometimes chemistry breaks the rules. Sometimes development takes a wrong turn. And those moments, rare, uncanny, mysterious, are when we see the horrifying secrets the body keeps. Not because the body wants to scare us, but because evolution is complicated. Biology is messy. Nature doesn't delete anything, it just hides it.